last time we were also confused about how to start this.
Yeah, it dragged.
We can just start it here. So welcome to the Screen Punch video podcast.
Camera 1, camera 2, camera 3.
You knocked over your mic.
Ah, shit. So, movies.
Go back to talking about Terminator. So Jungle Book.
Yes. I guess in its entirety, that's what this podcast is going to be about today. So, background, Dustin, you saw it Sunday?
I saw it, Sunday with my mom and brother, and then...
I saw it Monday with my father.
What happened? Your dad's seen it 1.5 times.
Yeah, so my dad, he went to the theater with my grandma, and they watched it. But the projector was having these issues, and it kept backing up and stuff like that. So it was kind of being like halted a little bit, you know what I mean? And eventually it just went out completely, the projector. So they came in and they were like, hey, so sorry, the projector's not working right now. You guys have the option to go to the other theater where it's playing, where it was like, I think it was like an hour behind or something. And they were an hour in, so it was just kind of starting. Mm-hmm. And they had the choice to do that or just like get their money back or whatever, or get a ticket.
Yeah, so potentially he's like blowing another 3 hours.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, I don't want to watch the entire first half again. Like, all right, I'll just come back. But I kind of told him like, oh, I really want to see it, and he wanted to see a movie that day too. But he was just like, all right, we'll go see that. There's nothing really else playing. So yeah, I mean, I saw it and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
I thought it was great.
One of the better Disney movies in a while, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
no, I was really skeptical on certain things. Well, I wasn't really skeptical because like the whole Scarlett Johansson thing, her playing Ka, I was like back and forth. Initially, I was not really down for it just because like Sterling Holloway, I think is one of the greatest voice actors of all time, and so like trying to top that is going to be impossible. But after I saw Under the Skin, you guys see that?
Oh yeah,
I was like,
I thought of that.
Scarlett, I don't care what she does. If it's a shitty movie, I don't care. Like she's got my blessing for anything. And then when the scene actually came up, they actually did kind of like some psychedelic kind of stuff with the eyes.
Yeah. That was a cool scene,
and it was creepy as shit.
It was subtle.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in the cartoon it was all like rainbow colors, but like in this it was just like this like fish scale effect in his eye. Oh, that was so cool.
No, it was great. That whole thing was great. The only thing that I didn't like about it was that she doesn't come back afterwards. And
I
was
thought she was
hoping she's
gonna
gonna
be
be like a recurring character or something, or like, Baloo or something comes up and like rescues him from something. I thought they were gonna show him like hanging upside down like in the cartoon and like getting strangled or something.
Yeah.
But no, I thought like the voice acting all around was just great. Idris Elba is genuinely frightening.
Oh, he was great.
He was amazing.
Like
in
a
that movie.
sheer con.
The scariest fucking tiger I've ever seen in my life.
Bit Aquila, I think was the wolf's name, and threw him off.
Oh
the cliff.
yeah,
Like,
that was
fucking
unexpected.
Kids movie.
Yeah.
You can't do this. This is great.
Yeah, and I mean the other side was, obviously the CG in that movie was incredible. Like seeing his muscles and his head get flexed when he was like growling.
Oh, I know, and
like
just the way he walked around. Like there was one moment where he went up and he just plopped on the rock.
Yeah,
and he was like just exactly what a cat would do.
Oh, totally.
Like it looked so realistic.
All like the little animals, even like in the beginning when they show like all the little ones, like they add so much character to even just like these seemingly like pointless characters that like it really gets you involved with just the whole like animal theme. I don't know, the way they pulled it off was just fantastic. I didn't notice like any hiccups. I know you do more like special effects stuff.
I thought it looked amazing.
Really?
Like I was sucked into it. Like from the first shot where it's like, like I feel like a lot of movies they put it in 3D but they don't really utilize it. Immediately I'm like, oh, they're doing it like they used it right.
Yeah.
Did you guys see it in 3D?
No,
or?
I did. I saw it in 3D, not IMAX 3D, but just in
I think
3D.
I just saw it in the regular.
Yeah.
I'd say it was worth seeing in 3D.
Absolutely.
Really?
Just
Damn, I'll have to check that out then.
Yeah. Before it goes
Normally
away.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes movies
sometimes
just
it's not
don't work.
worth it.
Yeah.
Like some of the like live action stuff, it really gets like shoehorned in the last thing of the production, so it ends up being like real wonky.
Yeah.
But I think because this movie is mostly CG, it's just like it's digitally just another camera, so it looks perfect. Like you don't see the, like the mess up of like trying to duplicate another camera.
It was so weird because, you see the trailer, you see all the names that are attached to it. You know that those are all just great voices by themselves. It was like, take a look at the roster. Scarlett Johansson, she obviously is, her voice, say what you want about her, her voice is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's just like smooth and
Horse.
a little bit rough.
Little horse.
I like
naughty.
him horse. Idris Elba, of course, is, he is James Bond.
I didn't know I wanted to hear Christopher Walken sing a song.
Yeah, that was the only thing I was a little bit
I liked it. Like,
See, most people like I've heard the same thing where it's like most people like that's like their only complaint is just a little different. I personally
I was
like
into
it just
it.
because Christopher Walken's not a good singer. When he's trying to do vibrato, he sounds like an orangutan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like,
that was
like
one thing
that,
I did like was the vibrato thing, and my complaint is obviously very like it's not a good argument because people are going to see that movie for nostalgic purposes in many different ways, and some of the big nostalgia came from like the Bare Necessities song and just a couple, like the songs seemed a bit out of place when they started happening. I thought they were done really well. I thought they were implemented very well. Like everything kind of started off as off as sounding like a background soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then it turned into a song.
Plus, we just don't have a lot of movies like that really anymore, unless it is full on like Disney, like
Let it go.
There you go. Can we edit that out?
No, I want people to hear like I want their ears to be blown out.
Later,
I want
you're
people
gonna
to be wearing headphones.
delete it. But yeah, I went with my mom and brother, and I'm like, hey, I want to go see this movie. And initially, like, my mom was like, yeah, let's go. And my brother was like, I don't want to go see Jungle Book. And then after the movie, it completely flip-flopped when my mom's like, don't take me to go see a kid's movie. And my brother's like, I didn't know the animals were going to talk. That was awesome.
Yeah, dude. And that little kid does a great job, too.
Oh, he's
and when
great,
you think about it, he's essentially carrying the whole movie by himself.
Yeah.
He was
Like,
the only
I haven't seen any,
non-CG
like,
actor.
behind-the-scenes stuff, but I would assuming they're just using, like, you know, somebody
Puppets
like a
and-
puppet or
yeah.
something like that. He carries that whole thing, and he's funny, too. I was, like, really surprised.
I feel like Favreau was probably, I mean, you know, his talent is just being, he's making things seem natural. Like, what he's really good at is he makes these unique universes. I mean, obviously when he does the smaller films like Chef and, you know, Swingers and things like that, where they're based in reality and nothing's really blown out of proportion with it, they make a lot of sense. But like with the first Iron Man, what was great about it was that was probably the most logical superhero movie I've ever seen. You know, everything just seemed to like
It made sense for our time.
yeah, and
like,
you know, it was Iron Man was building a weapon. Like it wasn't being a superhero. He was building a weapon. That's all he was really doing. And I like these elements. And same thing with the Jungle Book is like, obviously these animals are talking, but the code of the forest and like the wolf way and things like that.
It was very much a universe building.
Yeah.
Like the elephants being like a god.
The
type
Peace
thing.
Rock.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I really like that Peace Rock because you see that on National Geographic all the time. You'll see like all these animals, some being predators, some being prey, just gather around the only water in Africa. And like, they're not attacking each other because they've all sort of got this like unspoken agreement. Like, yeah, we're all just going to drink water for now. Everything's cool. I can get food anytime. Water is a scarcity.
And that's kind of great where that's the first tense scene is when everyone's sort of together.
Yeah. And I also liked the, like, you know, you're human, you're going to stand out, and everybody else is just like, their banter about it, like, whoa, you see that guy?
Yeah.
And I mean, I really like the aesthetic of the elephants in that movie. Like, every single time they were around, they were shown like gods, like just so tall, and like the light was just shining on them in the right way. And you didn't really get a lot of close-up features other than the smaller elephant. There was no like interaction with their facial features. It was all just like they're these standing figures,
Yeah.
They didn't
creating a
talk at all,
shadow.
huh?
No. And I think that obviously that close up was that way later you have a better idea of like what elephant fell down the river.
And it was also because it was the elephant cub or whatever. Are they still called cubs in the elephant?
I think it was just elephant baby.
Baby
elephant.
we little elephant. But like I think the other side was that showing, oh yeah, these things are these gods that we got to pray to, but at the same time, like, you know, here's one growing up.
Yeah,
You know what
I have
mean?
to say for a 3D, like mostly visual effects movie, like the editing was also like so great.
Oh yeah,
When it is all like 3D, they very easily could just swing the camera around and do whatever. But I like that they kind of kept it like as if there's a camera here or a camera here. Like it felt very realistic.
Well, the other thing that I thought was really cool was that, and going back to the voice acting, it almost seems like I'm curious to know how conscious Favreau was when he was sort of making these casting decisions. Like, if it looks like this panther could be talking like Ben Kingsley, because in a lot of ways, when you think about these voices and like the animals that they're coming out of, I can't really imagine any other type of voice other than like the voice of a Ben Kingsley type coming out of that panther. And I don't know if that's because it's after I've seen the movie or before I just like had this, you know, oh, it's this dark, kind of wise looking, like he sneaks around. He's more cunning than anything. He's not a brute. He's just like adaptive and wise.
Yeah.
And then I just, it's not specifically Ben Kingsley, but it's the actors in the range of Ben Kingsley. And you think of a tiger, it's like, okay, someone who's dominating his kingdom. I mean, you can translate that to a lion too. Like, you think of the voice actors that could do that. Idris Elba, he's got a deep, powerful, commanding voice.
Yeah, or even the lion in Lion King was Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Or not James Earl Jones.
Well, yeah, James Earl Jones. And then who was the bad one?
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons, yeah, he was Scar. And I don't know, it was just really good choices in that regard. Bill Murray, of course he's a bear.
Yeah, dude,
it totally made sense.
The only person I could have maybe thought of was maybe John Goodman.
Yeah, that'd work too.
I can maybe think, but when they said
but
Bill
I feel like
Murray,
he probably has played a bear before.
He has to have.
That must have.
Like, he's got to be a bear in some
He is
movie.
a bear. He's a human bear.
yeah.
He's always been a bear.
I'm just a bear. I knew it was going to be good. I heard really good things about it, and going into it, I expected something to be good.
Yeah.
And it just really, it matched all my expectations.
The music was amazing too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, music was great.
Like a great score on its own, but also weaving between.
I like
the
how
music.
they were like, it was like nuanced kind of versions and remixes of the classical songs.
Yeah.
Even at the end, like I really love the, is it "Trust in Me"? Is that the song that Scarlett Johansson sings?
That didn't play in the movie, right?
Post credits,
Yeah.
is what they did it on. But I ended up like downloading it separately because it's kind of like a jazzy.
Yeah, it's a
feel
great
to
song.
It.
I saw somebody say it kind of sounds like a Bond.
Yeah,
intro.
totally. Yeah, I was so surprised. I was really worried that, because you think of movies like Maleficent or crap like that, where they're making different Disney movies, and like the Jungle Book's like, there's so many people that's like their childhood movie. I was really worried they were gonna fuck it up in some way, and it completely. I kept telling people it's just as good. That's pretty rare.
Yeah.
That like classic Disney movie like that was just as good as a remake, or I guess like a reimagining.